Okay, well, today's Muslim challenge is just a basic, very simple question. Now, according to the Gospel of John, why did the Jews want to kill Jesus? Now, this is a question that Muslims really need to sit down and, ponder or look at. And what they need to do is basically go out and get yourself a copy of the Gospel of John. I mean, there's pocket editions that you can put in a shirt pocket for, well, I'll put a Canadian dollar, maybe a little bit more, but just very affordable. And read the Gospel of John. That's all you have to do, and it tells you. Now, my experience has been that when Muslims quote from the Gospel of John, first of all, they're doing so to their own damnation and destruction, because they try to prove text and they don't really, examine the scripture portion in its context. But the Gospel of John says that, well, let's start at John. First of all, the reason John wrote his Gospel is in the last in chapter 20, verses 30 and 31, it says, these things are written that you might believe that Jesus is the Christ, and not only is he the Christ, but he is the Son of God. And by believing, you may have life in his name. So that's the purpose of the Gospel of John. The next thing you need to do is looking at all the places where in the Gospel of John, Jesus is designated either by himself or by the writer that he is the Son of God. Now, in John chapter 5, Jesus has healed a man on the Sabbath, and the Jews, the Pharisees, they've got their, I want to use this phrase, their knickers in a knot. I mean, they're really uptight. They are beside themselves because Jesus healed a man on the Sabbath. And Jesus says, well, my Father is working and I am working. And this really, they go absolutely ballistic, because the next verse says, not only was Jesus, breaking the Sabbath, but he was calling God his Father, making himself equal with God. There it is, folks. Jesus was calling God his Father, making himself equal with God. And as you proceed through the Gospel of John, you see this theme even developed more. And when it came to the crucifixion of Jesus, the Jews are before Pilate, they're accusing Jesus, and he says he ought to die because he has called himself the Son of God. So just take your time. Just read the Gospel of John. I may be addressing John chapter 10, where he says, my Father and I are one. Again, the Jews are beside themselves because this is a blasphemous statement if it's not true. And we'll take it from there. So, my Muslim friends, ask yourself, according to the Gospel of John, why did the Jews want to kill Jesus? And the answer is found in the Gospel of John. If you disagree with me, why don't you text me? Why don't we see if we can arrange a dialogue? Or I'm quite willing to, pursue this particular topic with you if you are so inclined. Anyways, if you're watching on Facebook, go and, subscribe, hit the like. And if you're, on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, you can send me a message. Anyways, may God bless. May God open your eyes. And remember, Jesus Christ is indeed the Son of God, making himself equal with God.